Shalom Israel, Shalom Israel. Shalom Asher. Waiting for the brother. Waiting for the brother to join in. Okay, there we go. Let me see how I do this. One second. One second, y'all. I'm trying to find my brother. How do I get? Okay, there we go. All praises. I just sent you the invite. Go ahead and click the invite, brother. There we go. All right, shalom to everybody. Let me know y'all can hear me. Share it on your pages, share it in the groups. We're gonna go ahead and build the nation again and build like brothers. I'll go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we can go straight in. I want to make sure everybody can hear you.
Shalom, Yasharal, Shalha Shadia. How everybody doing? First time going live.
All right, brother.
I'm ready, Ark.
All right, so first and foremost, of course, me, myself, I want to give all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and shalom to all of Israel. This is the Deacon and SICARII. Let's get right into it. So this brother, I'm so-called Messianic. He's so-called non-Messianic. What that means is I believe the Messiah has came by way of Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Christ, and he believes the Messiah has not came yet. And when the Messiah does come, it's going to be in the form of a regenerated King David, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so with that introduction, I'll get into my first question. Will King David sit on the throne in the kingdom of heaven?
No, he will not.
King David
won't sit on the throne.
Who's going to be sitting on the throne in the kingdom of heaven?
It's only one that sits on the throne in the kingdom of heaven. That's the Most High God.
Oh, I'm sorry. The kingdom that's going to be on the earth, the kingdom of Israel. My bad.
Okay. Well, according to Jeremiah 30, verse 9. I'm going to start at verse 9. Says, but they shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will raise unto them. Just that one verse right there, let you know that David will be rose back up, of course, and he will be king.
Okay.
So he'll be sitting on the throne here on earth.
Okay. What I would do is I would have you to read Isaiah, because I understand why you're drawing that conclusion and making a statement, and your understanding is that way because it's saying David. So now I'll ask you is, could it possibly mean that it's talking about the Davidic line, or does it have to be talking about the individual solely based on that it's saying David?
I believe it's the individual, David.
Okay, so go ahead.
The precept, Ezekiel 37. One second. course, y'all familiar with the Valley of Dry Bones?
Con.
I'm gonna start at verse 24. It says, "And David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in the judgments and observe my statutes and do them.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt. And they shall
Okay.
dwell therein, even they and the children and their children's children, forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever." All right. Now,
Oh,
moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will place them and multiply them, and will set them. I will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. Excuse me for stuttering.
okay. No, you good. You good. Okay, so you went to two precepts that mention David reigning on the throne in the kingdom, and so I understand why you would draw that conclusion. There's some Hebrew Israelites who are messianic, some Israelites who believe in Yahushua, or who the world calls Christ, who also believe that King David will sit in the throne. They believe it's going to be God, God the Father, Yah, Hamashiach, the Messiah, then King David. So that's what some Hebrew Israelites group think. So I want to just bring some clarity, if I may. Can you read Isaiah 48 and verse 20?
All right.
And I want to ask you, was Jacob our forefather in the Babylonian captivity with us?
Was he in the Babylonian captivity?
Right.
No. No,
Absolutely,
not Jacob. No.
absolutely not, right? Okay, read that.
"Go ye forth of Babylon, flee ye from the Chaldeans. With the voice of singing declare ye. Tell this, utter it, even to the end of earth. Say ye, the Lord hath redeemed his servant Jacob."
Right. So we see the scripture saying that the Lord redeemed his servant Jacob from Babylon. We know it's not talking about our forefather Jacob because he wasn't in Babylon. He's talking about the
Right.
descendant of Jacob, the line of Jacob. And what I would surmise and propose to you in the audience is that when, and I'm going to ask you, I'm going to get a couple more precepts and I'm going to let you pull your precepts as well. When it says my servant Jacob or my servant David, is talking about the line. Now, moreover, the reason I say that is because when you look at the prophecies that we're going to get into, it says something totally different than Jeremiah 30 and 9 and Ezekiel 37 and 25 that you brought up. So I want to ask you, has a king from the line of David ever been called David? Are you familiar with any king from the line of David being called David? Like them actually in person saying, for example, King Jeroboam or King Rehoboam. Was he ever called David by the name David? Not servant of David, not son of David. Was he actually ever called David? To,
King Jeroboam.
uh,
Um,
King
no,
Rehoboam.
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you read. We could turn there together to 1 Kings chapter 12 and verse 16. This
First King chapter 12.
1 Kings chapter 12, verse 16. And what all we're substantiating here is that when it says David will be on the throne, it doesn't necessarily mean David himself. All right. So 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 16. Go ahead and read that for me, King.
All right. So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David?
Right. So the
Neither,
northern, they're saying, we don't have any portion have we in David, right? Go ahead.
neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To
Uh-huh.
your tents, O Israel.
Well, he said, go
Now
everybody.
see to
Now he told Israel, because they all was meeting up in the assembly. He said, go back to your house, Israel. And then what did he tell King Rehoboam? Go ahead.
all right, O Israel. Now see to thine house, David. So Israel. One second. Hold on. Where was I at? All right. To your tents, O Israel. Now see to thine house, David. So
Right.
Israel departed unto their tents.
Right. So the king said, everybody go back to their house. And for you, Rehoboam, you go back to your house, David. They didn't say son of David, servant of David, from the line of David. They literally called him David. This is another way to prove that we have called kings that come out of the Davidic line David. Now, my second question will be, how familiar are you with the book of Samuel?
Very,
Okay.
pretty deep in it.
Now, when David was on the scene, when King David was on the scene, did any of the prophets that were in his time prophesy to him that he would reign on the throne?
Yeah. Who was that? 1 second.
Shalom, Tommy Israel. Shalak, I don't mean to cut you off, but shalom to my brother Tommy Israel. If you're referring to Nathan, then that would be in 2 Samuel 7, and which he did prophesy unto King David. And let's get that account.
Yep. 2 Samuel 7. Yep.
Yeah, 2 Samuel 7. I'm gonna read verse 4 just to substantiate that this is Nathan prophesying. 2 Samuel 7 and 4, it says, and it came to pass that night that the word of the Lord came unto Nathan, saying. So Nathan is prophesying from the Most High through the Spirit. Let's see what he says. Let's go skip up to verse 12. He says, and when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers. What does that mean? He's going to go back to the kingdom. I'm sorry. He's going to go up to the spirit world, right? He's not going to be on earth no more.
Right.
And it says, I will set thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. So here it is, the prophet Nathan is telling King David that, King David, you're not going to reign on the throne forever. Your throne is not going to be forever. But the seed that you're going to have after you go back up to the spirit world, that man's seed is going to reign and be on the throne of the kingdom forever. So my question to you, matter of fact, before I let you rebuttal with Salakia, what you want to say or a precept, let me go to one more precept, then I'll give you the floor. Turn with me to Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6 and 7. Because all this does is prove that if we can prove that it won't be King David sitting on the throne in heaven, then we can't say that the Messiah is going to be King David. So Isaiah chapter 9, I'm going to start at verse 6 and I'm going to read verse 7. It says, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be on his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Verse 7 is the key point. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end upon the throne of King David. So whoever this person is, they're saying he's going to reign on King David's throne forever. Keep going. And upon his kingdom to order it and establish it with judgment and with justice, and from henceforth even forever, the zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. So here we see a prophecy of a man that will be born and called all these wonderful things, and the government of Israel will be on his shoulders. And not only that, he's going to reign on the throne of King David forever. Now, you got the floor to rebuttal or give a precept, but what I would like from you is to know your interpretation of the few precepts that I just gave you.
All right, I'm going to start with Isaiah 9 that you just gave the precept for that. Basically, Isaiah 9 and 6 is definition to his name, to the name Emmanuel. We're going to start at verse 7. Matter of fact, we'll go to chapter 7. I'm sorry. Chapter 7, verse 14. All right, it says, therefore, the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Now, this is the sign that he's going to give is the destruction of Assyria, which Assyria is going to be destroyed. All right, but let me continue here. It said, butter and honey shall he eat, and he may know to refuse the evil and choose the good. For before the child shall know to refuse the evil and choose the good, the land that thou abhorrest shall be forsaken of both her kings. And the Lord shall bring upon thee and upon thy people and upon thy father's house days that have not come. From the day that Ephraim departed from Judah, even the king of Assyria, because Ephraim was making plans to basically destroy Judah. Mm-hmm. God said that's not going to happen. According to let's see here, verse 9.
So in short, not to cut you off, in short, who would you say Isaiah 9, verse 6 and 7 is talking about?
This is talking about Emmanuel.
And who would that be?
I'm gonna shorten this up and we'll go to chapter 8. Now, chapter 7, verse 14 talks about the child being born. That's the sign that the child is going to be born. Now, the child was born in chapter 8.
So who this child born in chapter 8, he's going to reign on King David forever?
No. Of course, he came from the seed of King David and had more than likely had children, which came from him, which is going to reign on the throne, of course.
Okay.
But he is born in chapter 8.
Okay, so
we're going to explain that.
Here's my here's my only confusion. Whoever this child is, it's saying that he's the everlasting Father. He's the Prince of Peace. We know King David was about war. Verse 7, it says that there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon this man's kingdom, and it's going to be established forever. So who is this person that is going to sit on King David's throne and reign forever?
All right, now verse 6 just is a definition to his name, basically saying God is with us. Because of course this guy is not God. Mm-hmm. He's not God.
Who is this person anyway? You have any idea?
He's a guy who basically God said he's going to be born, and when this is the sign that he's going to be born, and it's going to bring on the destruction of Assyria.
Oh, okay. So this is a man.
Basically, Ephraim was going to be destroyed as well.
Okay. So this is a man that's
Ephraim was broken down. Oh, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So this man is going to destroy Assyria, and then the Most High is going to grant him to reign on King David's throne forever.
No, this is basically a prophecy that's being fulfilled. Where
Okay.
God says the sign is going to be he's not going to reign on the throne forever, because of course every man is going to die. You know.
Well, yeah, that would
Uh,
lead us to believe this man must be a man of divinity. Uh, well, I can get
that's
a
what we were taught. That's what we were conditioned to. That's what we were conditioned to believe.
okay.
According to the
Now,
New Testament, we were conditioned to believe that.
okay, let me bring out one more scripture, and you mentioned the New Testament, so I want to ask you a question on that. This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 5 and 6. I'll let you read it. I'll let you read it so you could get the full gist of it.
All right. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch,
What's a righteous branch?
and a king shall reign. Right, righteous branch is like a family. You're gonna raise up a family,
Yeah, he's gonna raise up seed to him, and it's gonna be a king. Keep reading.
and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
Keep
In
going.
his days Judah shall be saved.
In whose day? In
In his days,
King David's day,
King David's days.
or in this righteous.
That's most definitely King David.
Okay, okay.
All
I
right,
know. I mean,
you familiar with
I know you
Numbers?
with me, but I mean, from what I see in the scriptures, it says a righteous branch, someone from David's lineage, is going to be king
Yeah.
and shall execute judgment
Mm-hmm.
and save Judah and save Israel, so they can dwell safely. I mean, that's what the text say.
Right, I understand that, but does that happen in the New Testament?
I mean,
Did,
we
did, did
we
Yahweh
believe
Shai
that.
come? Did he come and execute judgment?
Yeah, let me answer you. We believe through the precepts and prophecies that there's order in the messianic prophecies. There is a prophecy that said he had to come and be cut off. And then there's a prophecy that says he's going to come back and destroy the nations and save our people. So there is order in the messianic prophecies, because a lot of Old Testament only brothers, they'll say, well, Christ didn't fulfill any of this. And partially he did, and partially he didn't. So there's an order in prophecy. We can see that prophecies do take time. Deuteronomy 28, those curses expound and expand for thousands of years. Even with the prophecy of Abraham, did Abraham, the covenant that was made with Abraham, was that fulfilled the day that the Most High made it with him?
Uh,
Did you hear me?
you got to
Can
cut
you hear
off
me
a little
now?
bit.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had a call. Somebody called me. But now I think this will be an interesting topic. We spoke on the messenger, and you said that because you're Old Testament only, right?
right.
So you told me that I only believe in Christ being the Savior because of the New Testament, correct?
Right, correct.
The New
If there wasn't,
Testament
if there
and
wasn't ever a New Testament,
would
if
you
it
say
wasn't never a
Christianity?
New Testament, like if you were just reading straight out of the Tanakh, if you were reading straight out of the Tanakh, you would not believe in the New Testament
Okay, so would you say
because it's
Christian?
multiple verses.
Would you say
Oh, go
Christianity
ahead.
and the New Testament has shaped my mind into believing who the world ignorantly calls Christ is the Messiah?
Yep, Hosea 4:6 explains that. You know,
Okay.
we're being
Okay.
destroyed for lack of knowledge,
Uh-huh. Okay, you mentioned something to me
and
on the mess.
master.
You mentioned something to me on the messenger. You said you believe that Christ is Lucifer. Now, I want to ask you, how did you come up with that, being that Christianity teaches Lucifer is Satan? So if Christianity has shaped my mind to believe in a Christ, how has Christianity shaped your mind to believe that Lucifer is actually Satan? Because that came from Christianity.
Now, that didn't get shaped into that. Just reading this Bible, you know, just connecting. When I learned how to connect precepts, that's when I came to this conclusion. I was connecting precepts from the Old Testament to the New Testament. Job, of course, Job 1:7.
Okay. Well,
Speaks on.
can you go to Isaiah 14? Can you go to Isaiah 14 and prove to me that Lucifer, or another precept, prove to me that Lucifer means Satan?
I know Lucifer. Lucifer, the name means light, because he's the bright and morning star. His
Okay.
name means light,
Okay.
bright light.
But what I need you to do is prove to me that Lucifer is Satan, because that's what you told me, brother.
Right. All right. 1 second.
Hey, Shalom, Alazar, Chief Priest Alazar Bun Lawyer checking in this thing. Chief Priest Alazar Bun Lawyer.
Shalom. Shalom. All right. Isaiah 14:12 says, How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? Now, the first thing I'm looking at is son of the morning. All right. Now, I'm going to continue. Verse 13 says, For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven and will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will also sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, and I will ascend above the heights. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds and will be like the Most High. All right.
Okay. Can you go to
Satan wants.
anywhere in the Hebrew, anywhere in the Greek, anywhere in the Latin that gives you the definition of Lucifer, and it has the a definition of Satan under it?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
But
So
his
if
children being
someone,
called the border of wickedness.
yeah, if who's called the border of wickedness?
Lucifer. Lucifer, and
Where is Lucifer called the border?
which that would be Satan. All right, 1 second, I'll show you. Let me continue reading this. I'm gonna get straight to it. Matter of fact, let me go straight to the verse. All right, I'm just gonna continue reading. Say, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that okay, verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble,
Okay, so
that
can I
did
ask you a
shake the
question?
kingdoms? All right. Yep.
Is Satan a spirit?
Yeah, yeah, he
Okay, so
is.
why is it
But this
saying?
is not talking
Why is
about
it
just
saying?
this is not talking about just Lucifer. This is talking about his children, saying this the man that made the earth to tremble.
Okay, so
The spirit, they came from the spirit of Lucifer is on the so-called white man Edom.
mhm.
That the spirit of Lucifer.
Okay,
So their spiritual father is Lucifer, which is Satan.
okay, so Lucifer is saying that they looked on Lucifer and seen the man. You said Satan is a spirit. We can't see spirits, so Lucifer can't be Satan. It would have to be who? The white man.
Right, which their spiritual father is Lucifer.
Okay,
Their
we can
spiritual
agree.
father is Lucifer.
We can agree there. Now,
Verse.
wait. I can't. Wait. If Lucifer is a man, is the man here, and Satan is a spirit, they can't be the same.
Yeah, Lucifer is not a man. All right, Esau came out of Rebecca just like Jacob, right?
Look, it says, "Is this man?" They shall look upon him and say, "Is this the man?" Believing in
Right, but
Christianity,
not they're not
believing in
looking at
Christianity will shape
Lucifer.
your mind to make it to make you think that Lucifer is Satan. That doctrine didn't come from any non-messianic. That doctrine came from Christianity, brother.
I
So
understand you think
now,
that, but me
if
reading
Lucifer
this,
is a man, if Lucifer is a man, and you're saying that is that Satan's children is Esau, Edom, which Edom is Lucifer, are you saying Christ is Edomite? Is it Edomite?
no, I'm saying okay. Our spirit, Israel's spiritual father is the Most High God. That's
Uh-huh.
our spiritual father. All right. The Most High is also a spirit. You know, we can't just see him until we become in spirit form.
Mm-hmm.
So our spirit leaves our bodies. Same thing with Lucifer. We won't be able to see Lucifer. This is not talking about Lucifer the man. This is talking about his children the man.
Okay, brother, you're interjecting.
Because Lucifer didn't make the world to tremble by himself. All right. Say, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Lucifer didn't do that. That's what Esau did, his children, which,
Okay,
you know, they're
where's
going around the world destroying it.
where's Lucifer right now?
He's in his children. Esau. He's the spirit. They are the spirit, or they are the bodies of the spiritual Lucifer. They
Okay,
need Lucifer needed vessels. Lucifer needed vessels, and that's where Esau came in.
okay. Now, here's the bigger problem here. If Lucifer is the spiritual demon Satan, and now you're saying Christ is Satan, Yahweh Shai, who we call Yahweh Shai, is Satan. Uh, how do you make that correlation?
Uh, I can explain it to you biblically. Uh, Job 1:7 connects to Revelation. What is that? 1:18. I'm gonna start with Job 1:7. And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Now, I've come to this belief that hell is actually in the earth.
It's on
It's
the
a pit
earth?
in the
On
earth.
the earth or earth?
In the earth. So he came from walking up and down in the earth. He's coming from hell,
So hell is on
going
earth.
on top of the earth to heaven.
So hell is on earth.
No, I'm saying hell is in the earth.
Okay, so you know what Roman Catholicism is?
It says Roman Catholicism. What did you
Roman
say?
Catholicism.
Roman. No, I don't know what that is.
Roman Catholicism is what you're preaching right now, and they're the leaders of Christianity. Roman Catholicism are the inventors and creators of places like purgatory, with where you would get your hell being underneath the earth. Now, can you show me where hell is a place of punishment in the Old Testament?
Right. Okay. All right. Ezekiel 25.
Jeremiah.
Wait a second. My bad.
Right
Ezekiel
now.
32.
All right.
My bad. I meant Ezekiel 32.
No, you're good. You're good. I got to interject on you real quick. So hell is a place of punishment, correct?
Right.
Okay. So let me read this real quick, and I want to know your understanding on this. Okay, this is Job chapter 3, verse 13. It says, "For now should I have lain still and been quiet, I should have slept," meaning he should have died, right? I'm going to let you get there. Let me know when you're there.
All right, 1 second. You said where you at? Job chapter 3?
Yeah, Job chapter 3, verse 13.
Oh.
It says, "For now should I have
Okay.
lain still and been quiet, I should have slept," meaning Job should have went to the spirit world. Then had I been at rest. Now, let me ask you this. Do the wicked rest or just the righteous rest when they go to the spirit world?
Just the righteous.
Just the righteous. Okay, skip down to verse 17. It says, "There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest." So, even in the Old Testament, the Bible is saying the spirit world is a place of rest, and the judgment, you was right. You should have said that hell was on earth, not in earth. The judgment is on earth, brother, not in hell. All right? In the spiritual world, in the spirit realm, that's where they're at rest at. So again, I'm telling you, you saying Satan is Lucifer, and you saying that there's hell and it's a place of punishment, that is non-messianic Roman Catholicism. So we're gonna have to pick it up. I gotta go. It was good to build with you. I hope you watched the video and kind of go over some of the scriptures we gave. And Lord's will, if we had more time, we could have did it again and did it longer. You're on my list. You know, you can always text me. You got my phone number. All right. And I'm going to say, call all Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Until next time, shalom.